Not only favored by high-class ladies, Hermes has become a symbol of wealth and nobility, but very few people know about the creepy secret of the crimes hidden behind every stitch of this exquisitely designed handbag. Let's explore the mystery with true case, and if you find this story interesting, don't hesitate. Please like, subscribe channel, and turn on notification bell to support us. Thanks a lot. Noon, June 30th, 2023. A truck leave the warehouse of the courier company in Seine-et-Marne department, France, to go to Temple City in the north. Not long after the car left the warehouse, suddenly a police car appeared, emit a signal to notify, forced the truck to stop on the side of the road. Then 3 people got out of the car and walked towards the truck driver. They wear police uniforms and carry guns, so the driver opened the car door to cooperate with the police in administrative checks. Then suddenly those 3 people rushed over, dragged him out of the car. They covered his head and tied his hands behind his back. They pushed him into the back seat, then ordered him to bow down and keep quiet, and immediately drove away. After the car had been running for about half an hour, the robbers kicked him down on the street, then continued driving away. When looking around, he found himself standing in the middle of an abandoned parking lot. To panic, so he walked for nearly 30 minutes to a nearby fire station and borrowed a phone to call the police. Reality. In the past 10 years in France, especially Paris, the security situation has become very complicated. Theft crimes occur frequently, and it is not difficult to come across robberies taking place on the streets. French police still often handle robberies in simple ways. It is a record of what happened, so that the victim can claim from insurance company. But this time the police were quite surprised, not just for the value of the damage that the courier company reported, up to 1.5 million euros, but also because the type of goods stolen was very special. In the truck bed, there are 100 Hermes handbags, and in it, especially have a limited edition bag, extremely rare black and gold leather design, and over 50 platinum edition bags, 372 LV handbags, 3 Rolex watches, 1 Patek Philippe watch, along with many other high-end items, from brands like Prada, Gucci, hundreds of bottles of perfume, cosmetics, of famous brands. People who are knowledgeable about luxury goods must have noticed something unusual, because just count the 50 platinum bags alone, already worth nearly 1.5 million euros. If so, the remaining luxury items, maybe that is free extras or what? And usually, insurance claimant will try to exaggerate the damage to get more compensation, and it is not difficult to realize that the difference in the value of goods is too obvious. So in this case, there are only 2 possibilities. They intentionally help the insurance company, or there is something shady hidden inside. Another strange thing is, this truck has no markings, courier company identification. Even the driver doesn't know what goods is the car he drives carrying. However, the robbers were able to identify the car in a very precise way, in a series of vehicles moving on the road, and in just a few minutes, the robbers quickly stole the entire truck and disappear without a trace. So the insurance company did not agree to pay immediately. Instead, they sent a professional investigation team, includes many experienced detectives, to verify this robbery. Is it related to insurance fraud? And when this news spread, Chinese community in Paris, quite disappointing, because almost the entire shipment of luxury handbags just robbed are from authorized dealers to stand up on behalf of customers to place orders. Now the goods are lost. The insurance company needs to investigate to clarify. The verification process can take several months, even a year. Then they can receive compensation. These bags are very expensive and rare, so customers have paid in full, or authorized dealer paid a large sum of money in advance. then this could be a disaster, led to bankruptcy. There is a lot of information on the internet that shipping unit this time is Penguin Shipping, an official partner of Hermes. This makes people misunderstand that this is a special Hermes delivery that was robbed. However, no relevant information appeared on the official Hermes website or Penguin Shipping. Penguin Shipping is an international logistics company established by the Chinese, specializing in packaging, transportation, and storage, especially customs clearance services. Then there are many articles claim compensation from this unit because the truck was robbed. Also contains goods from any other shipping companies. That is, they used customs clearance services provided by Penguin Shipping, but unexpectedly got robbed clean. Nearly a week after the incident, Penguin Shipping announced that because the insurance company has not started paying, so the company will temporarily 10% compensation of goods value. The condition given is customers must provide invoices and documents. Only 10% compensation is hard to accept. Penguin also forces customers to prove their goods are genuine and valuable. This makes authorized purchasing agents extremely frustrating. Then on the net, there are many people denouncing this unit to reclaim lost money. Prominent among them is the user, nicknamed Miss Kong, self-confessed to be a die-hard Hermes fan. She said her shipment was also on the hijacked truck, including the rare leather bag worth a lot. However, she's acquainted with Penguin's boss and believe he did not stage this. She also believes that the French police and the insurance company will soon settle the case. A few months later, Miss Kong continuously updates the investigation progress and go online, demand compensation from Penguin, become a leader in the movement, demand rights for those who suffered losses in the robbery. Her composure, making many other authorized dealers more confident, because she suffered the most damage in the robbery. If she didn't worry, they have nothing to fear. On the detective team side, hired by insurance company, they work much more efficiently than the French police. Via highway surveillance cameras, they identified the black car, disguised as a police car. They also found a witness near the parking lot, where the driver was left by the robbers. After synthesizing all the evidence, they have partially recreated the license plate. Afterward, the detective team has identified this car is registered in the Bobigny area, northeast of Paris. Although this area only has about 50,000 people, but has the second highest crime rate in France, famous as a place to sell stolen goods. The investigation team followed the clues and found the stolen truck. They found the car had been cleaned out. There are no more luxury items in the car. 4 suspects have been arrested. The truck driver identified 3 of them as robbers. The other person is the support driver in the robbery that day. These people are between 24 and 36 years old, and all have criminal records for theft and robbery. During interrogation, the suspects confessed that this robbery, just part of their daily activities. Within the past year, they have committed dozens of truck robberies of various companies, looting items ranging from cigarettes to electronics. However, value and quantity of goods, not as big as this time, so previous cases are all solved by the method is for the insurance company to compensate. However, another detail in the suspect's statements attracted the attention of the police. The robbers said that someone put a GPS device in the shipment, helped them determine the exact location of the truck, and carry out the robbery so quickly, then disappear without a trace. Although this GPS device, not clearly stated in the report, but the person providing this information, identified as a Chinese, name is Zhongyi. But one thing that makes the public more interested is Zhongyi's other identity. According to initial investigation, Zhongyi came to France 10 years ago, by tourist visa, then overstay, become an illegal immigrant. During this time, Zhongyi was acquainted with another Chinese person, name is Kong Jingwen. The two quickly developed feelings for each other and cooperate together small business. Then they made their first money when doing service to buy goods and sell old handbags, because both of them do not have legal residency in France, so they found another way, is to go to Andorra, a small country in Europe, to buy immigration investment program. They only need to go to Andorra once a year, will be granted a visa extension to return to France. In the Chinese community, Zhongyi always appears with the image of a successful businessman, and Kong Jingwen is a hot girl on the internet with 50k followers. Often show off travel photos, fine dining and branded goods. She builds her image, is a beautiful and rich girl. Come here. Maybe everyone has guessed. Kong Jingwen is the big sister with the nickname Miss Kong, person who stands up to lead the authorized dealers, go claim compensation from Penguin Company. When the relationship between Zhongyi and Kong Jingwen was exposed, Chinese community immediately stirred up. Besides, Kong Jingwen once revealed that, one day, before the robbery happened, she went to Penguin's warehouse to meet the manager to discuss the job. So who hid the GPS device in the shipment to send coordinates to the robbers? The answer was really too obvious. If she cooperated with the robbers to rob his own cargo, not only recovered the shipment of handbags to be able to sell again, and can also claim compensation from the insurance company. A perfect plan to continuously generate huge profits that never runs out. However, if it was just a scam among the Chinese and forced the insurance company to pay compensation, then there is nothing to say. What is more shocking is that, while awaiting trial of the robbers, one of the robbers negotiated with the police to get a reduced sentence and become a witness, revealed many other crimes of this gang, in which is involved, to the murder of a Chinese student in 2023. This murder occurred on May 17, 2023. That is more than 1 month before the truck robbery happened, in a 5-story luxury apartment on Rue Pompidou, 16th arrondissement, Paris. The incident began when a tenant complained to the landlord about the leaking ceiling, has made them have to constantly clean. Afternoon of the 16th, the landlord came to check, despite knocking on the door many times, but no one answered, so used the spare key to open the door, and discovered a horrifying scene. On sofa bed in living room, there is a person lying on his back, 2 hands tied behind back, head and face wrapped tightly with tape. Face was purple with no sign of life. After receiving the news, police arrived quickly and confirmed the victim was a Chinese international student, 25 years old, name is Lin. The landlord said that Lin has just rented this apartment for 3 months and signed a short-term lease for 6 months. Lin pays her rent on time every month. Because Lin is not good at French, so he rarely communicates with others. Neighbors said Lin rarely left the house, and his relationship, mostly just with delivery staff, and it seems, he lives mainly on ordering food online. On the evening of the 15th, someone saw Lin taking out the trash, so the police speculate that the time he was murdered was from evening of 15th to early morning of 16th. Forensic report shows Lin has more than 10 bruises on his body. There are signs of strangulation, and the main cause of death is due to a quantity of fluid entering the trachea and lungs causing suffocation. After collecting evidence at the scene, police have speculated that the murderer tortured Lin many times, then punched hard causing Lin's nose to break, worried that Lin would cry out for help. So the murderer has used duct tape to wrap tightly around his mouth. As a result, Lin fell backwards, and a large amount of blood came out of the nose, has entered the trachea and lungs. Because his mouth was tightly wrapped, Lin could not vomit, so he was suffocated by his own blood, and the entire journey leading to Lin's death takes place in pain and despair. The police later found people who knew Lin. They seemed very worried, and thinks Lin has an introverted, quiet personality, never argue, never make enemies with others. However, they also particularly emphasized that Lin's family is very well off. He is a rich young master. Lin's family sent him abroad to study. Lin's original plan was to learn French, but after attending a poor quality university for a few months without any progress, Lin dropped out of school and stayed home playing games, live a life of decline without knowing day or night. The crime scene showed no signs of forced entry. The door was not vandalized either, but inside the room is very messy. The wardrobe and bookshelf were opened, clothes and belongings strewn everywhere. Therefore, the police have determined that this is a robbery, leading to murder, and pay special attention to the ability. This could be an acquaintance, or a delivery man impersonator. However, there is another detail. Attract the attention of investigators, because right in front of the apartment entrance, have a pair of limited edition, high-value sneakers, and an LV umbrella. Inside the room also found a Hermes wallet containing €7,500 and 20 grams of synthetic drug powder. In theory, if they come to rob property, then there is no reason the murderer left behind valuable items like this, and moreover the wounds on the victim's body looks like it was tortured. So the police concluded, this case is not a random robbery, it is a pre-planned, with the express purpose of take away more valuable assets from Lin. However, the investigation must stop here, because around the apartment, scene of the crime, no security camera installation, the murderer left no trace, render the police helpless. But with the help of the robber, agreed with the police to come forward as a witness, should have helped the police collect, add relevant evidence, and they finally identified two suspects, also belongs to this criminal gang. Name is Hound and He. According to the statements of the two arrested, Hound is a UPS delivery man, in charge of delivery in the area near the crime scene, in the 16th arrondissement of Paris. Lin is an avid online shopper, and often order snacks online. Should see Hound often, to make it easier for Hound to go upstairs, and also because of trust. So Lin told Hound the apartment door code. In one delivery visit, Hound seen on Lin's bed. There are many branded goods, and especially in it, there are many Hermes handbags. See a pile of money in front of eyes. Hound quickly contacted his close friend. Is he just released from prison 6 years ago, because need money. So he agreed to Hound's plan. The two originally planned to stalk and steal. He lurked across from Lin's apartment, and will sneak in to steal when Lin leaves the house. But Lin rarely goes out, so both decided to commit the robbery in a bold way. On the evening of the 15th, he wearing the Hound uniform, pretend to be a delivery man, use the password to open the door and easily go upstairs, go to the front door of Lin's apartment. When Lin opened the door, he quickly restrained him. He not only robbed valuable items in the house, and also beat Lin very brutally, forced Lin to reveal his bank card PIN code. Because he used too much force, Lin fainted. To panic, he hurriedly left the apartment, but unfortunately, after he left, Lin passed away. Police found a lot of cash and some luxury leather goods in He's apartment. Through the testimony of two perpetrators, some of the items they stole from Lin. With these testimonies, police have charged He and Hound for robbery, kidnapping and murder, but then reduced from murder to manslaughter. And you probably realized that Lin's case and the truck hijacking, regardless of time, place or perpetrator, then these are two completely different cases. This is just a coincidence of the French police, when encountering a suspect, is very impatient to be freed from sin. So, drag the two perpetrators who attacked Lin into this case. So what does this have to do with Kong Jingwon and Zhong Yi? The main reason is due to Lin's family is not short of money, but he wants to work extra to earn some pocket money. Main daily work is, on behalf of others, to buy designer handbags for them. But compared to Kong Jingwon, self-proclaimed #1 agent of Hermes France, Lin is just a small trader. Lin is not even capable to pick up the goods from Hermes yourself, or any other distributor, daily. Lin receives orders through social networks, then buy back from other dealers, then send goods to domestic customers. If agents usually receive a commission of 10%, Lin is just a beer from the dealer, should get about 3% of the value of the handbag. But because Hermes handbags are very expensive, so even with low discount, Lin still has enough money. Stay home, play games and order food comfortably. A few days before Lin passed away, he posted on social media boasting that, "Just found a big client. This person is very generous. When ordering 4 bags at once, one of which is made of very expensive crocodile skin, but just 4 days after Lin ordered the handbags, he passed away in his own apartment." Then a text message was made public. Shows Kong Jingwon texted Lin after Lin passed away, expressed deep condolences, and also said that, "If there is a next life, we will still be friends." There is actually no direct evidence that Kong Jingwon is the person who provided 4 Hermes bags to Lin, but according to rumors in the trade, luxury goods trade, of Chinese in France, then only Kong Jingwon has the ability get rare bag quantity like that in just one go. That's why when Kong Jingwon's boyfriend, Zhong Yi, was found to be involved with a criminal gang, specializes in robbing their own goods to take advantage of insurance, many people have associated it with Lin's incident. They assumed that it was very likely that Zhong Yi had hired someone to rob back number of Hermes handbags just sold to Lin, then continue to sell to others. It is even rumored that big customer ordered for handbags from Lin is essentially a virtual account created by Kong Jingwon. This could be a scheme to scam insurance, but unfortunately, when 2 men were hired to carry out the robbery, has acted too cruelly, causing Lin to lose his life. This also explains why did the kidnappers torture Lin, probably to force Lin to reveal where he hid the Hermes handbags. Most likely when hiring that group of robbers, the mastermind gave the order, "Must get these bags back," and the commission paid to the robbers was very generous, to the point where they got the bag and then hurriedly left. No need to care about other valuable things in the apartment. However, until now, there is no evidence to suggest that Kong Jingwon or Zhong Yi is the mastermind. Police concluded that Hound and Yi are 2 people who committed the robbery that led to murder, without mentioning who was behind this incident. So the rumor spread online about Kong Jingwon and Zhong Yi being the masterminds. Just speculation. Kong Jingwon was not held responsible for Lin's death. Only Zhong Yi was convicted in the truck hijacking case. Then he was arrested and sentenced to 5 years in prison, including 2 years suspended sentence. But Kong Jingwon was unharmed and escaped all charges. In fact, just before the court announced its verdict, Kong Jingwon still sells goods comfortably. She even confidently confronted with other small authorized dealers are demanding compensation. She asserted that to people never married, and if anyone wants to claim money, they can go to jail to find Zhong Yi. Provocative attitude and blatantly shirked Kong Jingwon's responsibility made the victims unable to swallow their anger. Then there were many posts on the internet accused Kong Jingwon use of fraudulent tricks in business, but because there is no concrete evidence to charge her, so those who suffered losses in the incident can only blame fate because cannot do anything else. And you, what do you think about today's story? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe channel, turn on notification bell to update the most thrilling cases on True Case channel.